What's up, Nomad Nation? You've got Godfather. I am one third of your Nomad Gamers. It's Tuesday. We have started yet another week. I'm going to tell you what, this week has started off with a bang. What the fuck is going on with my mic? Oh, here we go. Let me fix my mic real quick. It started off with a bang. We have got 9 great uh, topics to go over. I'm sorry, 8 topics to go over for talking for Talking Tuesday. Uh, so yeah, we got a little bit of a different look here. If you look down here, all down here, you're gonna see all the socials that I am on. You have found Godfather. I am on Facebook. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Twitch. I'm on Kick. All of those. It is either Godfather, Godfather 1, or Godfather 09. On all of those, go and hit that follow button. Turn on your notifications. That way, every time that Godfather comes live at you with any gaming, Talking Tuesday, or Thursday, you are being notified about what I am doing. Now, for the other two, if you're watching me on YouTube, thank you very much. You have found the home of the Nomad Gamers. Somewhere right over here, you are going to see a subscribe button. Somewhere right over here, yeah, right here, you're going to see a thumbs up or a heart. Just on the other side, you're going to see one of the combination of the two. Smash all three of those. Turn on your notifications. That way, every time that I come live at you or my two co-hosts come live on you, you are going to be notified and you're going to know what is going on. All right. So if you want to talk with your favorite Nomad gamers, I know who your favorite Nomad gamer is. You don't have to tell me. I already know. Uh, go over to www.discord.com. Search for your Nomad gamers. GNOMAD gamers. Follow the steps, join our chat, and then you will be connected with your favorite Nomad. All right, so we got all that stuff out of the way. Oh, didn't mean to turn that on. We'll get to that here in just a second. And yeah, we'll get to that here. Let me add that. Let me add that. All right. I just added that. So what do we got in store tonight for us? So I've got a little bit of Borderlands 4 for you. I've got some Battlefield 6, 2 points on that. I have got some news on Call of Duty that will make Fireball very happy. I got a little bit on World of Warcraft, some Pokemon Go news, a little bit coming out of Minecraft tonight, a big leak about the PlayStation 6, and then the Augie E Sports. For everybody out there who doesn't know what that is, uh, you're going to find out here in about 30 seconds. So, with all that being said and all that being done, uh, it was a hell of a weekend. You need to tell me down in the comments, what did you play this weekend? What were you doing? Were you playing Battlefield? I want to know. I want to hear if people were out there playing Battlefield. It's the hottest game on the market right now, hands down. If you would have tuned into the Nomad Gamers podcast on Saturday, you would have heard uh, the the Steam only player numbers for the last 24 hours in the peak. Remember, it dropped on Saturday, which means, or Friday, which means the numbers that I was reporting on Saturday was the first 24 hours, and it was like 767,000 players at the 24-hour peak. That's huge. But what else does that tell you? The game is very popular. The game is doing things that Call of Duty isn't doing. Uh, and two of our points tonight are going to uh, they're going to get over that Battlefield 6 hump, and we're going to see exactly if they are going to be getting into head-to-head competition with Call of Duty, which you're going to hear it from Godfather first. I think Battlefield 6 is going to take down Call of Duty within the next 2 to maybe 3 months. If the next Call of Duty that's coming out is not at the top of its game, then Call of Duty is going to fail. It's going to fall. I am going to enter something into my chat here. I need everybody, my uh, all of my watchers. You need to go over and you need to take a look at as soon as I figure this out. I'm having problems figuring this out. Why? Anyways, so I just put in a chat that says Augie E Sports. Now, as everybody out there knows, I am a huge fan of gaming. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now. However, I'm a big fan of young people, of teenagers, of young adults that are in their early 20s who are able to go to college because of their love of gaming. And a lot of these colleges are embracing the esports arena, uh, and they're handing out uh, really good scholarships. The the matches are all on Twitch. So if you go over to what I just put down and you put in Augie Esports into Twitch, you are going to be able to watch them. Uh, I'm going to go over and actually get their schedule. We're going to look at their schedule real quick. I was not. Uh, I wasn't prepared to talk about this. This is literally a last second addition to the Nomad Gamers and to Talking Tuesday. However, I happen to be looking at uh, one of my text messages from my brother and was like, "Oh yeah, that's right. I told him that I would do this, and I'm a lot of things, but a liar I am not." Let's see here. All right, Augustana College Athletics Sports. Let's get into it. Let's see what they got going on. Let's see if we can find their schedule. Let's go to, okay, so that's April 1st, has nothing to do with us. March, December 11th, still nothing to do with us. Uh, well, so they don't have any schedule upcoming yet, or at least I don't think. I'm pretty sure they do. I will get with my brother and figure it out. If you remember White oh, I had him on as a goddamn guest and I can't think of his freaking name now. But anyways, I'm not going to say his government name on here. I don't believe in saying anything besides the gamer tag. However, I want to say White Lotus, White Thunder. I don't really remember, to tell you the truth. However, and I know they're going to be watching this, and he's going to be like, "What the fuck, guys, father? I was on your show. Why can't you remember me?" Well, I've had a lot of shit going on, so yeah. Either way, I am promoting the Augustana College Esports League. You need to get over to Twitch. You need to go give them a follow, and you need to go watch them because I'm looking at some of their articles from last season. Augie League of Legends makes the playoffs. Augie College Valorant makes playoffs. Augie NBA 2K25 finishes second in ECAC fall 2024 season. So this program is a good program. This program is very competitive. Uh, I would love to get over there and to talk to as many of these athletes as I possibly could. But at the same time, Godfather doesn't want to feel like a creep. I don't want to be creeping on college. You know what I'm saying? It just kind of makes me, yeah. I, I don't know. Hey, Augustana Esports, if you're out there and you're watching or one of your players is watching, go to your head coach. Let your head coach know that Godfather is local. He's local. One player on your team knows how to get a hold of me. Get a hold of me. I'll head over to your establishment and I will interview as many players as they will allow me to. So, with that being said, I wish they had a schedule. If they had a schedule, it would be even better. Ooh. Well, what the hell did I just do? Oh, okay. I see a roster. They got a smash. I'm not saying government names. Not gonna do it. They have someone from Pakistan on their team. That's amazing. Wisconsin, Illinois, Pennsylvania, Hanoi, Vietnam. That's awesome. Brazil, Naperville, Illinois, Morocco, Roscoe, Rock Island, Rock Falls, Blue Spring, Texas, Chicago, Oswego, Illinois, LeClaire, Iowa, Vietnam. It doesn't say anything about where at in Vietnam. Wheaton, Illinois, Rock Island, Illinois, Vietnam. Doesn't say where, just says the country. Lake Villa, Illinois, Chicago, Illinois, Kelowna, Illinois, South Elgin, Illinois, Milan, Illinois. And I have found the player that I'm looking for, Shoreview, Minnesota. I'm trying to see if they give me their gamer tags. They need to go off gamer tags too, damn it. That's how we do things. Oh well. I will get a schedule and I will get it put up on my page, and that way everybody here is they know exactly what's going on, and we can go from there. All right, so battle or not battlefield, but Borderlands 4 is our next topic. Borderlands 4. So there's been a lot of stuff going on with Borderlands since it came out. Uh, I can't read it on my laptop, so it's going to go up on the big screen. You guys are going to have to deal with it for right now. Okay, members of the Gearbox team came to PAX Australia, so Randy Pitchford could do some magic tricks we'll gloss over and to reveal more about the post-launch plans for Borderlands 4. First up is a Halloween-themed seasonal mini event called Horrors of Kairos that will run from October 23rd to November 6th. I think that's a little late for the Halloween season, but do what you got to do. Adding Blood Rain to world bosses, new legendary loot, and a pumpkin head cosmetic for everyone available via shift code. While that'll while that'll be a free addition, a paid add-on will follow with the first bounty pack, How Rush Saved Mercenary Day. Like the Headhunter packs from Borderlands 2, the bounty packs will be a small addition. So I'm not going to read this article word for word because, well, you guys are very smart and you guys can go read. However, the one thing I don't like is I don't like paid DLCs. You've already paid for the game. You've already done what you got to do to get it. Why in the fuck do you have to pay for a DLC? I don't understand it. It's one of those things where you've already paid for the game. I don't want to pay another $40 for DLC or $20 or $25. Uh, Open up a mini shop on there to get your money back, for God's sakes. Let's see. And it's good to see that they're bringing some stuff back from Borderlands 2 or stuff that is like it. I know it's not the same thing, but it's almost like it. Now, this boss called Bloom Reaper, the Invincible. They don't even know what Bloom Reaper is going to be. One of one of the segments from that sentence, and I am not shitting you guys. It reads this: to earn bespoke legendary loot from killing whatever Bloom Reaper turns out to be. Maybe I need to go play me some Borderland 4 just to find out what the fuck a Bloom Reaper is. Maybe go back and play some of the other games because I don't understand how you don't know how what your end boss is even going to be. Uh, Granted, I don't know much about Borderlands. I do need to go and read the lore on it to where I have more of a working knowledge on it because I am reporting a lot more on it now. Uh, I just don't know a lot about it. All right, so we're getting to the good stuff now. Getting to the good stuff. Somebody tell me in the comments, please. Uh, have you played Battlefield 6? That's question number one. Question number two is going to be this: is what do you think of Battlefield 6? Now, I don't want a robot answer. I don't want these reviews where it almost feels like they're being paid to give you the review. I want the no shit. This is what I think of Battlefield 6. Good, the bad, and the ugly. I like everything, but this could be better. And I'll give you an example here. For me in Red Dead Redemption 2 online, I really do like all aspects of the game. One of the things that is disappointing me about that game, and it's a very minor thing, is the navigation when you're trying to go from point A to point B. Sometimes it wants you to go over a goddamn mountain. That's the kind of feedback I'd like to see about Battlefield 6. One of the things that is coming out, and this is coming from PC Gamer, is that Battlefield 6 is lousy with landmine spam. But there's an easy way to avoid the explosive demise. So, what he is talking about here is, I guess, in Battlefield 6, you can go out there and you can get yourself a tank. And because this game has just started, nobody has the tank that has the minesweeper on it. So when you come up to a crossroad, a four-way, people are leaving anti-tank mines all over it, and you are being blown up. He said that he's been the driver, he's been the gunner, and he's been the harmless, innocent passenger that goes with that. I highly doubt the innocent part, but we'll let him tell his story the way he wants. Uh, Long story short on this is they have a crawl mode that if you hit this crawl mode or this slower mode on your tank, that you can actually run these tanks over or these mines over, and nothing will happen to you. They will not explode. I don't know how I feel about that. Because in real life, you get near a goddamn mine and it goes boom, and it's done wrecked your whole day, your lifetime. So I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. Uh, he also says uh, that you can shoot them, and that people are uh, they're not patient enough, and I get that part, especially on games, because I am one of these that when I can fire on an animal in RDR2 online, no problem. Get a neck shot, get a head shot, get a quarter shot. You know, I can pretty much do whatever. I can place the shot wherever I want to. But you get me on the back of a horse, or you get me on a wagon, and My God, you would think I was drunk. I'm shooting everywhere. Everywhere but the target. So I get what he's saying with that. That you could be. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Uh, you can also spot and shoot them yourself if you look closely, but there are so darn many of them that even a vigilant gunner and a careful driver can easily slip up. And I get that. It's just like an RDR when I'm on the back of a wagon or I'm on horseback and I'm hauling ass trying to shoot somebody. It gets tougher when the bullets are coming at you. So I hope that they fix this. I don't think they're going to. I think they're going to wait until the players evolve enough to where they have a minesweeper, and then once a few players have that minesweeper, I think then you're going to see this kind of go away a little bit. You'll still see it in areas where they know there's going to be noobs, and that way they get easy kills. But for the most part, once people start progressing through this game, you're going to see this kind of curtail itself back. You can hold control or crouch on the controller to creep drive, as Sirland put it, which slows you down to a crawl and lets you drive right over the mine without setting them off. Apparently, this has been a thing since at least Battlefield 3, though I am not sure every Battlefield since has had it. I played a Battlefield way back in the day. It might have been Battlefield 3, to be honest with you. It was cool. It wasn't bad. Um, why did I get away from it? Well, Battlefield kind of went downhill. This is the first Battlefield that has had some hype. That has had some. We're actually going to go head to head with uh, Call of Duty, and I just closed down all my damn show notes. Can you imagine that? I told you guys I get better. I'm getting better, but yeah, some things are still the same. Sorry about that. Alrighty then. Another one from here. I'll do this. Another one for Call of Duty or Battlefield 6. So every game that comes out is going to have its fair share of glitches. It's going to have its fair share of problems when it first comes out. Uh, and not glitches that advance certain players at the cost of others. These are legitimate glitches in the game that makes the gameplay a little less inviting, uh, almost to the point where it pisses you off. So here's what the title says, and we'll go from there. It's not just you. Hit registration is bugged in Battlefield 6, and DICE is working on it. Which one of you loaded up my rifle with blanks? That's the way it feels sometimes. I can relate to this. When you get a new game and you start playing from level one, sometimes your gun is so weak that people are a bullet sponge. You can literally unload your entire magazine on them and nothing happens. After a handful of days to really dig into Battlefield 6, folks are starting to identify some bugbears. There's the slow progression, the wonky server browser, the high CPU usage, and oh, yeah, there's something deeply wrong with hit registration. Now, one of the funniest things ever out there is when I'm watching Fireball play Call of Duty, or I'm watching Sweet Kitty Pie and Fireball play a shooter game, and they're like, the hits aren't registering. You will always hear me in the background say, well, shoot straighter. Shoot straighter. It ain't the game, it's you. Well, this time around, it is the game. It is not the player. So if I was saying this to those two right now, they'd probably both be smacking me because we both know that that is not the case. Uh, hold that thought 1 second, Nomad Nation. Yes, yes, Ham. SMF. FSM. I would say it, but I'm on air. Hang on, I'll be right back. Oh, good Lord Almighty. All right. This chair, I bought a gaming chair thinking that it was going to be nice and comfortable. This chair is anything but that. This is the gaming chair from Costco. I do not recommend it to anybody out there. Now let's get back to this Battlefield 6 stuff. Uh as no shortage of clips shared over the weekend reveal, sometimes guns just decide to be inaccurate at extremely close range or at the beginning of a magazine when they should still be accurate, but there's a good chance that we're talking about multiple bugs disrupting accuracy, and it's probably not all Bloom's fault. Perhaps there's something deeper wrong with the hit registration while using certain attachments or movement techniques. Here's the here it is plain up and simple. They brought this game out. It was in beta test. This should have been identified in beta and it should have been fixed. Even with rounds leaving the magazine, it does not affect your accuracy. It doesn't affect how powerful the weapon is. And this goes for almost every game out there, besides this one, obviously. This is something that I don't know if they have a, uh, a planned server maintenance day, but maybe they need to bring down the servers just for a minute to fix this. Because while this game is getting rave reviews, if bugs like this continue, I guarantee you it is going to bring down the credibility of this game. It just is. All right, so if you've spent any time at all watching the Nomad Gamers podcast, watching Fireball, Zanar Crest Rider, and myself, and before Zanar Crest Rider came on board, it would have been Chungus. You would know that number one, the number one complaint by Fireball with Call of Duty has been, always will be, the amount of cheaters that are on that game. And I am very happy to announce that Activision has actually started to do something about this. Uh, and of course, when I need it most, my internet is acting goofy. How am I sounding out there, Nomad Nation? Am I still coming around okay? Son of a bitch. All right. I think I know what I'm going to do here. You're going to see a blip. You're going to see a little oh, oh yeah. Okay, here we go. It's just being a little slow. We'll just go with it. Activision anti-cheat team goes. No, actually, I am not playing Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6 is not my cup of tea. It just isn't. However, it is uh it is literally the hottest game on the market right now, hands down. No, there isn't even a debate. It's the hottest game out there right now. So I'm going to report on it because I kind of want to see how this game is doing compared to Call of Duty, because we've all seen the Call of Duty franchise. The Call of Duty franchise, they come out strong. They're out strong for 2, maybe 3 months, and then down the shitter they go. And I'm kind of interested to see if Battlefield 6 is going to fall into that same quagmire of it starts out strong and then it dies. Because if it starts out strong and it dies, it tells me it is a player issue. If it starts out strong, drops off a little bit, which I would expect but is staying steady, that tells me it was a game issue, and that whatever the issue was, Battlefield fixed it, Call of Duty did. And to tell you the truth, I've had enough of war, my man. I don't need to play a video game that has it. Yeah, I am not a big fan of Battle Royale. Um, I think that that style has been played out. Uh, you had it in Fortnite, you had it in Call of Duty, Fallout had it. It seems like every game has a stupid battle royale. I kind of wish they would come out with something a little bit more uh, genuine, something that somebody had to put more than 2 seconds worth of a thought into. And I think if they were to do something like that, you would see whatever game that is just absolutely explode because people would be like, "Ooh, it's something new." Because right now we're getting the same regurgitated shit over and over and over and over again. All right. Yeah, I know that's the big kicker for everyone. I am actively watching the blogs. I'm actively watching the two news sites that I watch that tells me if they're doing good or not. These two sites have made it to where I trust them. Everything that they've reported has come to fruition. Maybe not 100%, but if you're from 90 to 100, I tend to believe you. And speaking of Call of Duty, Activision anti cheat team goes on another victory lap after the strongest beta results in Call of Duty history, brags 99% of matches were cheater free and warns that every day they get faster. That's kind of interesting that they say that because if you were to watch Nomad Gamers on Saturday, you would have heard Fireball complain that he went with Gamer Utopia over to uh, Call of Duty to go play. And the first thing that Fireball ran into was a cheater. Now, what I don't know and what I need to kind of go down and look at is if this was for uh, Black Ops 6 or Black Ops 7. Because I don't think seven's out yet. And I don't think the beta's out, but I'm looking at this article that was published 7 hours ago, and they're heavily saying something about seven. So give me, oh hell, I'll just read it. Christmas is coming. The goose is getting fat. Black Ops 7 says it's nailing cheaters, and that's that. I kind of like how they did that. Yes, Jake. COD is full of cheaters, just outright full of them. I'm interested in the non it was out last weekend. Yeah, it was out last weekend. If you would have looked back at the Nomad Gamers podcast on Saturday, you would have seen I reported on the numbers. They had an amazing peak of 24 hours from the initial drop to Sunday at around 12:30, 1 o'clock. There was something to the tune of 700 and either 27 or 37,000 players in 24 hours. That is just for PC. That is huge for a PC game. I would kind of hope, Dakota, that the skill-based matchmaking that needs to be in both of them. That needs to be in Call of Duty and Black Ops. Why in the hell would you want to send in? And these are just fictitious numbers here, of course. If I'm a level 45, why are you going to match me up against a level 12? I'm going to murder that son of a bitch every time. For that level 12, it ain't going to be fun. So I would kind of hope that they would do this with both of them to kind of help these noobs out. Until I see the next comment. Uh, Fresh off a humble brag earlier in the beta. I guess the beta is out for Black Ops 7. Activision's Blizzard's team Ricochet has returned to provide some more stats on dirty, rotten cheaters that, on the surface at least, makes for some impressive reading. We've crunched the numbers for Black Ops 7 beta, and Ricochet Anti Cheat achieved the strongest beta results in Call of Duty history, says the message from Team Ricochet on X. Each day, our cheat detection got faster and your matches got cleaner. I call bullshit. I call bullshit. Because if you look back at that statement, it said the strongest beta results in Call of Duty history. They have not had a cheat catching mechanism in any game before Black Ops 7. If Black Ops 7 even has one. If you go back to Black Ops 6, there's tons of cheating. Every Call of Duty before that, there was tons of cheating. If there wasn't, I wouldn't have people in my comment section right now saying COD is full of cheaters. I wouldn't have comments outside of my podcast saying, I would love to play COD, but I can't stand when I'm running down and I get hit by this bullet from an invisible player. That's what Fireball's getting upset about. That's what I got upset about because I was actually getting into Call of Duty until that happened. Activision Blizzard now claims that by the end of Black Ops 7 beta, nearly 99% of matches were cheater free and that the median detection time for cheaters was 3 matches. How big is this beta test? Let's see. I'll get to your comment in just a second. Okay, let's see here. Cheaters are so thick I hardly play anymore. You ain't joking, Dakota. I have I haven't played Call of Duty in almost a year now. And I'll tell you what, Black Ops 6 was fun. It was. The online was fun. The storyline was fun. All of it was fun. I thought the maps were amazing. The part I couldn't handle was the goddamn cheating. Uh Black Ops 7 beta test no longer active. It has already concluded. The beta ran for about a week in early October 2025, so last week, with the specific file sizes varying by platform. That's not what I was asking. How many fucking players was in the goddamn beta? They're not going to tell me. Okay. Well, at least they come right out and say they're not going to tell me. Uh, from the land of sky blue waters, that beautiful, beautiful nectar hams. Because we all know that if you're going to drink beer, you've got to drink a hams. This article completely and utterly had my attention when I saw about them cracking down on cheaters. The part that's starting to make me, starting to sour me is when they say 99% of the matches. So if you only have 100 players in a beta, and that's probably very low for the beta, but if you have 100 players and it takes 3 matches for their system to catch a cheater, how is that system going to work when it is hundreds of thousands? I already reported Black Ops or Battlefield 6 had 727,000 players on day one. That was their 24-hour peak. Black Ops 6, to be successful, has at least got to get to 728,000 players just to be called successful, because you can't meet the competition and not go above them and say, oh, yeah, we were good. No, it doesn't work that way. If you're going head to head with somebody, you fucking beat them. That's the name of the game. So they got to get to 728 or 700, 7,728. That's the number they got to get to. That's the number they got to beat. But is this anti cheat actually going to work for Activision? I hope so, because Call of Duty has always been a very fun game. It's been a good game. And when you have competition, it makes both games better. But I have no faith in Call of Duty, especially since they said in Call of Duty history, when you know there's been no anti cheating mechanism anywhere in there. So that makes me a little nervous. Yeah, very doubtful on Call of Duty. I completely agree with you, Dakota. And let's see if this article has anything else that's going to be breakthrough. I doubt it, but it could. Uh, Here we go. This does raise a few questions. Only 1 in 100 games featuring a cheater is an impressive stat, but such a claim also depends on Ricochet having 100% confidence that it's detecting all cheaters, which may not be the case. Secondly, a median time to detection of 3 matches seems a little high, and it does. Far be it from me to cast aspirations on a piece of anti cheat software that is clearly catching an awful lot of scoundrels. Not my words, this article's words. But if it's taking 3 games and obviously with a median value, in some cases, that means many more, then maybe there's yet room for improvement. There's always room for improvement when it comes to cheaters. Ricochet addressed the secure boot and the TPM 2.0 requirements earlier this month, claiming that in concert with the software's automated system, even those who did manage to slip through didn't last long. Didn't they say this about Call of Duty 6? If I remember correctly, Call of Duty 6 was supposed to be the one game that ended all this shit. And here we are a year after it launched. Call of Duty 7's coming out, and we have the same fucking problem again. It's like, how many times can you cry fucking wolf before the gamer actually stands up and says no fucking more? Fireball's already said it. Fireball said, I am not buying this game. If it comes out on Xbox Game Pass, I will play it. But if it doesn't, so be it. I am not playing it. Good for him. And for the other players out there, take a stand. If you don't like the damn cheating, don't buy the goddamn game. If you buy the game and you've only played it for like, I think it's 10 hours, and you detect a lot of cheating, then request a refund through Steam or request a refund through Xbox or PlayStation or wherever you got your game from, and stick it to the man. The only way they're going to learn is if Call of Duty 7 falls on its face and Battlefield 6 takes its place. That's the only way Activision's going to learn. I really want to try the the zombies in Call of Duty is always fucking epic. They're always epic. But when a third of the game is unfucking playable and only that one sliver is playable, I cannot in good conscience spend $60 on it. I just can't do it. So for Call of Duty's sake, I hope 7 comes out. I hope 7 is just as good as Battlefield 6, and we see some of that old school rivalry come back where, if you remember back in the 2000s, there was 3 of these. You had the Medal of Honor series, you had the Call of Duty series, and you had the Battlefield series. Oh, and 4. And then you had the Black Hawk Down series too. You had 4. And over the 25 years since then, we've moved from 4 down to 2. And before this year, it was 1, and it was just Call of Duty. So I pray that they get their shit together because competition makes for better games. It just does. So let me ask you this, Dakota. Have you been playing Battlefield 6? If so, please let me know what your honest to God thoughts on the game are. I know it's tough when that's the only good part. And yes, we have had some great games in the past. You and me, we've had some killer games in the past. Uh, we've had some games that got very loud. We've had some games where I'm laughing, you're crying. We've had some games where you're crying, or you're laughing, I'm crying. So I mean, it just is what it is. And by the way, I need to text you later on this week and invite you over to the Shire so we can get a good night of gaming in. And plus, I need to meet your little girl. This year's just been crazy. Oh, let's see. Wow. Let's go to WoW, shall we? I wish Zanar Rider was on because he could probably tell me a little bit more about this. My Discord does not. I don't know what the hell is going on with my computer. I don't know what's going on with my network. But it seems like some things are just not working. Like Discord. Discord just said, "Ha, fuck you, I ain't working." Kick. Kick just said, "Ha, fuck you, I ain't working." So tonight I'm on everything else but Kick. I will get that fixed for Thirsty Thursday. I'll figure out what's going on with Discord after Talking Tuesday as well. Otherwise, I know Zenar Rider would be in my ear about this. So, World of Warcraft reveals a new 12-month subscription offer. Uh, World of Warcraft has officially revealed the new set of rewards for its 12-month subscription offer, which includes the Astral, I cannot say that fucking word, Aurochs, and Grandonese Gerlach mounts for modern WoW, and the Shah Scarred Drake for Classic. Players who purchase a 12-month reoccurring subscription to World of Warcraft or who are already on one will receive these rewards and more without any additional purchases. Since November of 2022, World of Warcraft has offered special reward for fans who are on a yearly subscription to the MMO. These incentives usually include bonus mounts for both modern and classic WoW, such as the Scorched Fur line revealed in October of 2024. How much is this, by the way? Uh, it is not saying. Oh, I'm gonna have to go look for that too. Oh, I got a couple. Yeah, I know it sucks to be me. It's about 140 a year. Thanks. I am looking at my chat. Don't yell. Don't look here, dude. Don't be yelling at me over my chat. I'm trying to get Discord up now. That way I can yell at you from Discord. I don't know what the hell's going on with my Discord. I'll tell you what. I had a little bit of issues for the network before I came on tonight, and I had to reset the entire network and do my thing there, and it kind of sucked. But this is where we're at. At least I have chat here. Let's see if I can turn on the chat box. See, I don't know why my chat box ain't working on here either. But anyways, fuck it. Um, this right here is one reason why that World of Warcraft year in and year out is kicking the absolute shit out of every game out there. It is they know and they knew that they wanted to have a game that could last the test of time. So they have a subscription for it. You have to have a subscription to go to Azeroth. You just do. And what the fuck? And like I've told everybody, I would love to go back to Azeroth. Instead of 15 a month, it comes out to 13 with a 6 month or a year subscription. Thank you, Crest Rider. That is really good information. It still won't get me to to go to it. I wish it could, but it won't. What in the fuck is this computer doing? All right, let's see if I can get my Discord up and running. But anyways, they have done a very good job with the subscription and keeping the content fresh and making sure that they appease their players. I don't even know what the player count for WoW is these days, but they still have a cult following. Even when they took away the the WoWCon, and I'm just making that up because I don't remember BlizzCon. That's what it was. Even though they took away BlizzCon, players are still showing up. Players are still playing. You got a hardcore where if your player fucking dies, that's it for your player. There is no respawn. Players are still doing it. They've got vanilla WoW, where you only get what is it, the first 40 levels. They have vanilla plus Burning Crusades, which was the DLC for it. There's players out there who only do those two. And 60 levels. Thank you, Crust Rider. But the 7.25 million active players and 2 million concurrent players. Those are stupid numbers. Like those are so successfully stupid numbers that it is absolutely ridiculous. And that is why every time I talk about a video game, I compare that video game to World of Warcraft because World of Warcraft knows what the hell they're doing. They just do. And it's because of numbers like that. It's because of deals like I'm reading here. It's it's crazy to me. It just is. Oh yeah, you see even here, the 12-month subscription offer for World of Warcraft, and I know Crush Rider already told us what it is. Uh, Option is the greatest value. Not only do players save $2 a month on their game time, a total of $24 a year, but they get to add a bunch of stunning mounts and pets to their collections too. If you're a World of Warcraft player, I guarantee you that mounts and pets and the collectibles are the way to go. That is like a badge of freaking honor in Azeroth. With World of Warcraft Midnight releasing in 2026, fans who are already planning on playing the MMO for the next year should strongly consider taking this offer if they have the money to do so. I personally, if I was going to go back to WoW, and by the way, I'm not, I'm too fucking busy to go back to WoW. But if I were to go back to WoW, that would be the way I would do it right there. To drop a new freebie about every 6 months for the long term subscriptions. Yeah. And Crush Rider, even uh you can attest to this. You have that one mount that is just your mount. That is the one that you always use. However, when you want to show off to somebody, you go and you get your exotic mount out. They used to have a song out there. Don't make me go get my main. World of Warcraft has its own fucking tracks out there, its own music, and it's actually pretty good. I'll have to find it and share it to Godfather. I will do that. I'll try and share one of those songs a day for the next 7 days. How's that? Um, but yeah, I get excited when World of Warcraft does something like this, not because I am an old WoW head. It's because the game is listening to its players, it's listening to its subscribers, and that is very, very refreshing. Uh, and yes, I'm going to take it from YouTube. I don't know if you guys can see each other's chats, so let me read them. It says, Sonar Crush Rider, it says, don't make me get my main, done by Cranius. It's available on YouTube. It is, and it's a very good song. I gotta get going, otherwise, whoo, I'm not gonna get through all my stuff. So Pokemon Go is our next stop on Talking Tuesday. Everybody knows that I do play Pokemon Go. I am a fat kid. I do carry a little weight around my waist, as most Americans do. And Pokemon Go is a good way for me to get out, get walking, and play and interact uh, with nature that is around me to where I can see stuff. For far too long, Pokemon Go has been stuck in kind of a rut. It has been stuck at level 50, and the Pokemon that you get, it just gets kind of mundane after a while. I know there for a while I stopped playing. I took a week off last week and I just started playing again, but we'll see what happens. So I'm going to read the first part of this because this is the most important part. Reaching the new maximum trainer level in Pokemon Go could prove a challenge for players near the top. And a new release of alleged data mined information shows just how much work they'll have to do to hit level 80. A big overhaul of the leveling system in Pokemon Go is coming tomorrow, October the 15th. And some fans have been upset with the way Scoplay is handling it, especially if the newly released rumors are true. When Pokemon Go was first released in July 2016, players could only hit a max trainer level of 40. And while they continue to gain XP, no additional level ups would be possible. That changed in 2020 with an update that allowed Pokemon Go players to reach level 50. Although some additional level up research tasks were added at each of the top 10 levels, providing additional challenges that players must overcome to qualify for inclusion in the upper echelon of players. Pokemon Go's newest level cap increase was just recently announced, bumping up the maximum trainer level from 50 to 80. But the news left some questions as to how the level up research would be handled once players start reaching that plateau. Now, a new set of information has hit the Xylophone Road on Reddit. Reddit is not reputable. Do not believe shit that comes off Reddit. Claiming to be data mined from the game's code, showing just what players will need. No, we're not going any farther into that. Hold on. What? Yeah, and it sounds like these new level ups are going to be bullshit too. Uh, I don't want to report on rumors. I do know that it's coming. Um, let's wait for tomorrow, and I will report on this next week. But we do know it's dropping tomorrow. This is just a whole bunch of rumors, but we do know that it's going up to level 80, and that's good news because for if you keep it topped out for too long, you're going to lose some of your top players. Minecraft is the next one on our list. Uh, I almost went back to Minecraft the other day. Red Dead Redemption Online was absolutely pissing me the fuck off, so I almost went there. Uh, Poppy Playtime's scariest moments turn Minecraft into survival horror. A Poppy Playtime add-on for Microsoft has been shadow dropped earlier today, October the 14th. The pack launched alongside a set of cosmetics, added some of the most recognizable Poppy Playtime monsters to the hit game, introducing them in a way that turns Minecraft into a survival horror experience. I don't think I need to reiterate what I think about adding all this shit to Minecraft, but if it's what you want to do, then it's what you want to do. Go play Minecraft however you want to go play Minecraft, because Lord knows I do. All right. We have a PS6 manufacturing leak or schedule leak. A leaker has claimed that Sony will start manufacturing the PlayStation 6 early in 2027 as not news that's already been known. This new leak points to a 2027 release contradicting some previous theories that the PlayStation 6 would be out in 2028. The PlayStation 5 was released in 2020, so that gives you a little bit of uh, you can envision how long the 5's been out to now when the 6 is supposedly going to drop. Yeah, I know that. I was going through there to see what the hell was going on, and I'm going to tell you what, Crest Rider, nothing in here is nothing in here is new. All of this has been reported on before and has been reported on by multiple sites. This one has given us nothing new. It's not. The last one said sometime in late 27, early 28. This one just said 27 and not 28. Nobody fucking knows until PlayStation or Sony, until Sony comes out and says, this is what we are doing. So I just wanted to put that out there because 2020 to 2028 is 8 years for a console. And we all know that consoles for 8 years, you're starting to get to the end of the lifespan there. Um, but at the same time, if you look at it, PlayStation 5 hasn't had nearly as many games as the PlayStation 4 does. That's why it doesn't feel like the PS5 has been out as long as it has been. All right, so today is 10/14. 10/14, Tuesday. Talking Tuesday. Tomorrow, Wednesday, 10/15. I am more than likely not going to be streaming. I am probably going to take my beautiful wife out to dinner if she doesn't have a lot of homework to do. That way we can celebrate our 20th anniversary. I want to say happy anniversary very early to my beautiful wife for putting up with me for 20 years. I don't know how she does it. I really don't. I'm going to tell you guys right now, if I had to put up with the bullshit she has to put up with, I probably would have choked the shit out of myself by now. But with that being said, I love you. Thank you for sticking with me. We've had some ups, we've had some downs. 20 years later, we used to always joke that we were going to grow old and gray together. Well, baby, I'm getting gray now. I'm damn sure getting older, but I know one thing's for sure. I wouldn't want to do this with anyone else besides you. And with that, Talking Tuesday is over. So, in the words of my good friend Santiago Cirillo, your negativity cannot break me. Keep being you. You're beautiful just the way you are. If you're out there playing a game and you run across a griefer and that griefer needs blown the fuck up, you blow that motherfucker up. Thank you so much for watching Talking Tuesday. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. We will see you again on Thursday at 7 p.m. with your beverage of choice. Take a seat, listen to the old Godfather. Until then, peace and love. Godfather is out.